Brad A. Milford with the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners share their wisdom. It's short and to the point to respect people's time. And because we know transforming possibility happens fast and it leads to lasting results. So let's get to it. In a few sentences, tell me who you are and what you do, Brad.
Hey, Brad. My name is Brett. I'm the owner of Nexus Marketing, nexusmktg.com. We help businesses build their brand online so that they can get more customers to their website and their email list and keep growing their business.
Love it. Straightforward to the point. You're a marketer, so you know these things. I absolutely love it. Question number 2. What's the best thing about being in business?
So personally, I just like being able to work on something where I am building something that I will ultimately own. I also like having variety of challenges, variety of clients. It's definitely not something where you can get bored when you are running your own business. There are always plenty of things to do no matter what. So that's something that's rewarding to me.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
100% true. There's never boring. Every day is different, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Question number 3. We hear from other business owners, and I like to say, even during this time, because we're recording this during COVID and in the digital space, just people, especially, but not necessarily only the digital space, but even during this time, people are getting so much business that the chaos sometimes causes overwhelm. Tell me your thoughts on that, Brett.
Sure. My suggestion would be invest time in, meeting potential contractors or partners. You want to find people who are successful in your space. And I think usually that's pretty easy to do if you might consider them competitors, but I would try messaging people, and try and get them on the phone, try and build some relationships. You never know, you might be able to refer people to your competitors and them to you, or other times you might actually be able to find a way that you can work collaboratively, so that you can both be more productive. Especially, I think, where a lot of people are solopreneurs, or they're solopreneurs trying to build out a larger business. I think that's the only way to function and stay sane, is to find those good opportunities where you can help other people out. And sometimes you can earn money off the work that other people are largely doing, and you're just providing a few critical assets or resources, referrals, who knows what it is, to help that other person. So I'd say, find out what other people need, how you can serve them, and sometimes it's easier than you think. You don't have to do everything yourself.
Oh, there's so much value in what you shared. I don't want to just overlook it. With collaboration, there's solopreneurs and how they kind of as you know, like they just kind of stick to themselves, try to figure it out on their own when they likely don't have to. It's like
Yeah, for
connecting in
sure.
relationships and service. Man, you had it all rolled up into a nice little short bow. I love it.
Just
Thank you
just
very much.
start out, message people, get them on the phone, find out what they need, who are their ideal customers, what are they trying to do, and yeah, see how you can help.
Love it, man. Create some relationships. That's what it's all about. Awesome. Question number 4. What other successful business owners like yourself, Brett, should be on the Unlimited Wisdom podcast?
Sure. One that I would suggest is Allison Dunn. She's an executive business coach in Boise. I think she's the top ranked executive business coach in Boise. Another one is Whitney Hansen. She's a financial coach and a podcast host. She runs the Money Nerds podcast. And then I have one other suggestion for you. His name is Alex Jangard. He runs a really cool woodworking business here in Boise called Heart of Timber. He creates wood tables for businesses, for restaurants, for families and their dining room table. He does a lot of amazing work there, and he's promoted it all himself just using social media and content marketing.
Love it. I love it. I love all 3. The last one is like custom wood products.
Custom wood. Yeah, custom wood. Really beautiful tables.
That's a really cool business. Love it.
Yeah.
Let's get to question number 5. Let's get to the crux of all this, right? What piece of wisdom would you share with other business owners, Brett?
Sure. I mean, my best advice for a broad audience of business owners would be to dedicate some time each week to building out your systems and building out your brand. you need to have systems that you're setting up each week. Otherwise, you will be, working in your business alone forever, for sure. For example, this month, one of my initiatives was to try and get LinkedIn Sales Navigator, start an automated outreach system, so that I'm reaching out to I'm only reaching out to around 15 people each day, but over a month that adds up. But I think the important thing for me was I just wanted to start out with building that as a new system for reaching new clients, writing those scripts. Soon as I started getting responses, I figured out that I need to write a whole new set of scripts, just saving my responses into scripts so that any work that I'm doing, my goal is to always uh, systemize it so that it can be done more efficiently next time. Um, and then my other part of the suggestion was to focus on building out your brand. Is your website effective at converting people? Can it be more effective? Personally, I try to just focus on one thing each month. So whether, last month it was building out a services store. I wanted to take all the services that we do for clients, productize them so that new clients can always see what it is that we do and how we help them, what the deliverables are, what the costs look like. So that was my initiative for that month. This month, it's been LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Just try to give a little bit of focus to each thing each month. And that goes back to preventing overwhelm that you talked about earlier.
Yeah, I love it. I love what you shared here. And I want to point out this is one of the things I really, really, really like about you. I mean, you're so humble. You're great in your space, in the marketing space. You're a great marketer and you know your stuff. But here you gave two examples that were extremely humble and very kind and service oriented, just in order to serve the audience. And I really like that about you. I celebrate you for that. So a great
Thank you so
example is
much,
just like
Brad.
chunk it down, work on one initiative, very intentional. I love that. Chunk it down, just work on one a month and you'll get there. I love that. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Great advice. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate you. Let's
Thank you.
switch gears for a second. What's because the point of this is like we live to work, right? No. We work to live, right? So let's shift gears. Let's talk about something fun. So being an entrepreneur, there's freedom, right? So what's the most fun vacation you've ever had, Brett? I'd love to know.
Most fun vacation I've ever had definitely was a trip to Australia and New Zealand. Love both those countries. And there's so much to do over there. Part of why it was so fun is I stayed for 3 months and I just lived and worked over there. And so visited a lot of the major cities in both those countries. My favorite day, actually, I've got a couple favorite days, but one was doing the Great Ocean Road Tour. So if you ever go to Australia, I totally recommend that. It's just this epic drive around the ocean. You see amazing sights there. Another one, we went on a wine tour through Australia. Absolutely fantastic wines. And then love the classic things that everyone does. Go see the Sydney Opera House, go do the Great Barrier Reef, and all that. But
Nice.
yeah, wonderful countries to go visit.
Love it. You picked some real passions of mine. So I used to be a wine director in my day. I studied wine for like 10 years. So I
Oh
love
wow.
that. In Australia, a lot of people don't know that there's some really, really, really great wines in
Yeah,
Australia.
there really are some bomb wines, and
That's awesome.
oh my
And New
gosh,
Zealand is on
yeah,
my bucket list, man. I'm so jealous. That's awesome.
yeah. So much natural beauty, but I think also like check out Melbourne, at Melbourne, Australia. That's an amazing city, in Auckland, New Zealand. Um, they both have really vibrant cultures, I think. A lot to do and see.
Very, very, very cool. And so you're mostly focused, I know not solely, but you're mostly focused on websites now and with your clients, or where are you
Yeah, I
zeroing
think
in?
so. Usually we end up starting out with websites. We end up starting out either by building someone a WordPress website or a Squarespace website. If they already have a website and then they're just wondering, well, how do I actually get people to it and how do I make it work for my business? Then we look more at, what should your content marketing strategy look like? Whether that's running a blog or starting a YouTube channel or running a podcast. How do you get people there? And then once they're on your site, how do you get them to actually sign up for your mailing list? That could be a simple lead magnet. And then once you have people on your mailing list, what do you do with that list? What kind of messages are you sending on a monthly basis to reach out to people? So yeah, we help people with all of that. I think more broadly, we just think about communications and how that relates to sales. And so I think of this as a content marketing agency largely.
Love it. Thank you for the
Yeah.
description. Because sometimes when you get to marketing, people say, "Oh yeah, we do like PPC and SEO," and like not everybody knows what those things are. So I love that you kind
Yeah.
of step through like the journey a little bit. Very very helpful to the listeners.
Yeah.
So I love it. Really appreciate you investing some time to be here. And what is the website or social media or what's the best way for somebody when they see this and they're like, "Oh, I got to get in touch with that guy." How can they find you?
Absolutely. I'd love to meet people. We offer a free 1 hour consultation to anyone who literally comes to the website and clicks this button. So the website is nexusmktg.com. That's nexusmktg.com. And then just click the get a free 1 hour consultation button. We can meet, talk about your business, explore some potential marketing ideas. And I always love to just share with people my best suggestions that I have during the time that we have together. If you go off and implement them all on your own, that is fantastic. If you could use any help, we're obviously here. And then you can also find me on LinkedIn. Just search LinkedIn for my name, Brett Wharton, Nexus Marketing. That should pop up, and you can follow me on there for new articles and updates.
Love it. I love it. That's a lot of people who have never been on a discovery call or an entrance call. It's like they don't understand. Like you're always going to get value no matter what, whether you decide to go or you don't. Like
Yeah,
we're going to
it's
give you some
hard to
value.
lose out, really, almost impossible.
Thank you for being on, Brett. I really appreciate you. This is Brad A. Milford from the Unlimited Business Wisdom Podcast, where business owners making 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not really about the money. It's about creating impact and sharing their wisdom globally. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brad.